not too long ago. There are all of a sudden I'm starting to see this, old Facebook posts that are coming up, and I'm seeing these headlines, and they're like,
Oh,
uh, Crip Mac dissed the neighborhood Crips, and Crip Mac dissed all these gangs and everything. And when I first seen it, I was like, oh yeah, this is fake news. I was like, this is fake, And then then has it. Then I see Crip Mac addressing it in a video, kind of confirming everything, And I was just
yeah.
like, okay,
I
surprised, kind
remember
of like,
that.
okay, what's going on,
I remember that.
What was your initial thought when all that started happening?
Okay, one of the girls who claimed to be pregnant with his child uh, called me and said, "Hey, you need to check C-Max Live." And I was like, oh, okay, let me finish what I'm doing and I'll catch up and check it. So I waited about 2 minutes. I was putting some dishes away, went on live, and I saw him all beat up. And I saw blood, and I saw he was swollen. And the little baby eyes that I just remember seeing as a child were shut almost. And, he looked like he was crying out for his mommy. And I'm like, let me make the attempt to try to call him right now. I called, Lupe answered. I guess he said he didn't want to talk to me initially. Then he finally said, put her through. And all I could say is, honey, what happened? He explained to me, Mom, I did some goofy shit back in the day. I false claimed, I talked bad about it, and it's all coming back. I said, from 10 years ago? That upset me. And I said, well, a DP, isn't that when you get jumped out of a gang? And so I asked him, I said, you're no longer, part of the gang, are you? He goes, no, yeah, I'm still blah, blah, blah. And part of my heart sunk because I was like, maybe he exited. Maybe he saw that, this isn't what God wanted him to do. But, thanks to his wonderful friend Milk, he was outed about some old posts and he got his ass beat. And he took it like a man. But every time I see that one clip that everybody watches, when he's on his knee and he's coming up and he's just begging, pretty much to end it, but still continuing to say, come on, cuz, let's go. That I struggled with that a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure that was rough. I watched the clip where you were talking to him.
Yeah, I just
You
told him go
know,
somewhere and rest.
I
Just
think you,
go.
I think you said your heart hurt.
Yeah, I said, Mommy's heart hurts right now. But he
Yeah.
sent me $100. Woo! On 55 Crip. I'm not affiliated. Okay, that's on the record. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that was pretty rough for you then. I assume.
Oh, I hadn't been so emotional since forever. That was probably the most I've ever been
Yeah.
in my feelings for my son. It just, somebody hurt my baby so bad.
Yeah. Going through all this, these ups and downs, and the tattoos and the DPs, man. For the people who are watching, what kind of impact has it had family wise on you guys? You know.
We've come together more. Naturally, we have some distant relatives who, do their own thing. We have, just like any family, we have our degree of drug addiction and mental illness and a combination of, other illnesses that make it difficult for us to connect sometimes. And in our family, we're no exception. Um, my mom and I are probably the closest, and my niece. Shout out to Tyler. Um, just remarkable coming together for him, always being available for him, for the times that we weren't there and we didn't know what he was struggling with. Being on the street and having mental illness cannot be easy. And to make a video stating he has mental illness and how he really wants the help, but he's just so afraid of the medication. Like I said, when he was younger, they had him on so many medications. They had medications for him to go to sleep, for him to wake up, for him to be stabilized, for him to, it was hard for me to keep up with all of that. He would be drinking my old English out of the refrigerator, and then he's on these medications too. Who knows? I mean, it's like, oh my God, did I do that? Was it something that I did? There's so much, I don't want to say guilt, but concern about what impacted him in his younger days. That I really, I wish I could put my finger on it to make it better. Not just to know about it, but just to do something different, to move differently. Yeah, to move differently.
Yeah. Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yes, sir.
Well, you mentioned Crip Mac's dad walking out when he was 2.
Yeah.
And how did that impact you guys?
Well, I was told that from him that his brother said that if he were to stay with the baby, C-Mac, and myself, that we would be terribly poor and that he might as well just move on. And so that's what he did. He took his brother's advice and he did that. And I'm sure he figured he made a mistake. He had to. This is such a wonderful child, and having that void, I had to work double time. I had to, working 2 and 3 jobs. I'm not a stranger to that because I had to make his income, my income, plus extra income so we can live, a really nice life. No rats, no roaches, no nothing like that. Got assistance when I needed it. Thank God we're in America and we can get, the food stamps and the Medicaid and all the stuff to help us out when we're having a hard time. But right now, I mean, I'm living my best life. Like I said, I'm an empty nester. I love it. But all that needed to happen. His father needed to do what he needed to do. And we don't hate him.
Do you guys have any contact with his dad? Is he reached back out or anything?
Yeah, I've spoken to him. I think when he was 14 or 15, he came out to Orange County when he was living in Texas. And he spent some time with them. So he knows them on an adult level, almost an adult level. But as far as him becoming famous, we haven't heard a word. He talks to some of the relatives on their side. They're Belizean and Samoan over there, and Samoan and Black, and we're Creole over here. So it's like 2 different cultures, 2 different upbringings. Our family sticks together.
How'd you feel when you seen the fake Crip Mac dad come out?
Oh my God! Oh. I was like, oh my God, why does he kind of look like him? But he doesn't. He looks like C-Mac, but he doesn't look like C-Mac's dad. That's the difference. He looks nothing like C-Mac's father because he's a big, tall, like 6'4", dark skinned, very, very handsome man. And this guy looks like, I don't know, Creole or something or Hawaiian. I'm not sure what he is. But his name is Stacy, and I've had conversations with him, and he realizes that he's not his father, and he's saying he's doing it for, the clout and the notoriety, and he's getting it. He's getting the exposure. So more power to him. I don't hate him. Like I said, I've had several conversations with him, and it's been very pleasant. But no, he's not C-Mac's dad. I've never met him in my life. Shout out Stacy. He's all about his money. You all about your money, Stacy. I know.
That was crazy when when I first seen it, I was like, oh, Crip Mac's dad.
Right.
Okay. I didn't know no difference, and I found out,
Yeah, he specifically told me. A guy told him he looked like him, and he was like, man, and he just ran with it. He ran with it. And, if you notice, he never says, I am Crip Mac's dad. It's just the title of it is Crip Mac's dad. So he's really careful. He doesn't say my son. You never hear him, and I have respect for that, and he respects me, and that's all that matters.
Well, they have all those lookalikes now. They got like the Little Dirk lookalike.
I know!
The Drake lookalike. and the Crip Mac lookalike.
Doppelgangers.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say that. Doppelgangers. But yeah, he's a dead ringer for an older C-Mac, and, the statue and stuff, the way he's built. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Okay, well, I think we touched on the community stuff quite a bit. Is there anything else you want to add about the community stuff?
Well, we're going to be feeding the homeless. Lupe is going to be coming out with me. I'm probably going to have ODM Slim to hang out and do some stuff with us. Granny Bear, I'm definitely inviting you to come on out. We're probably going to be doing it in a couple weeks. I'm thinking C-Mac wants to do lasagna and stuff like that, and drinks and some Old English. I promise I'll get like 12 of those for him to give out, and we're going to go out for about an hour, and we're going to have it it's going to be videotaped, and so
that's what's
we're
up.
definitely just going to carry on where he left off until he gets back, because this is what everybody remembers. They remember this C-Mac and the Popeye's chicken.
The Popeye's chicken.
One of my favorite ones. I wear it so much, you guys. I'm sorry it's wrinkled. I'm not... Okay, I'm not Betty Crocker or, any kind of like homekeeper. But I wear these shirts quite often just to,
I think is there another shirt over there you wanted to show him?
Oh, the Max Stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed this one earlier. But these are all on his website. And all the proceeds go to him, and then stuff to feed the homeless. all the Coach Warren. So if anybody wants to get merchandise, we have it on the, the screen for you or whatever, however you do it. So there you go. Boom.
Yeah. Well, I just interviewed C-Mac a few days ago.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if he told you or not.
No.
But yeah, we did a quick little phone interview that should be coming out.
Nobody told me. Okay.
So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah. So I don't know if there's anything you want to add.
No, just thank you so much for having me come on. I've been watching your show for a while. I really like it.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's really mellow. You're so mellow, Cam. You're so mellow. Get high
Yeah, I'm a little bit more laid back.
Well, just another reason to come out in this beautiful weather on my bike. So, there you go.
Yes, she pulled up in a motorcycle.
My Harley. Everybody knows. Represent Harley. Harley Street Bob. It's my baby.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Sharing your story, your Crip Mac story. It's
yeah, that's parts of it.
Pretty crazy, pretty wild.
Pretty emotional at times too. So beware. Get your Kleenex because things can get hard before they get better.
Yes. Well, yes, and free C-Mac.
Free the Maxich.
Hopefully he's not gone too long.
Nope.
I think he said January.
And think about it. His liver is like in heaven right now. His liver is like regenerating new cells and getting fresh. And, he acknowledged that too. He says, yeah, Mom, I lost my belly. I'm feeling healthy. I said, God is good. God is good.
Speaking of food, where does his love for Popeye's chicken come from?
He got that in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a Texas thing. That and crawfish, y'all. He won't tell you that part. We love some crawfish. Crawfish.
That's what's up.
Yes.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you.
Appreciate
taking the
you.
time, man. It's always dope having Crip Mac on my show. He always has a good take on everything. The fans seem to love him.
They do.
And I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Sharing your story.
Oh, bring it in.
Dang it.
Woo! Yeah.
Right.
On hood.
Thank you.